Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell on Friday firmly rejected any idea that House Democrats would be able to dictate the way an impeachment trial of President Donald Trump unfolds. He said in a Senate floor speech.
But ultimately, House Democrats cared more about attacking President Trump than keeping their promises. So they rushed through a slapdash investigation. They decided not to bother with the standard legal processes for pursuing witnesses and evidence. That the Speaker of the House will get to hand design the trial proceedings in the Senate, that's obviously a non-starter. And impeached a duly elected president with votes from just one political party.
McConnell also defended his coordination with the White House over the trial, saying that because his counterpart, the Democratic leader, is openly coordinating political strategy with the Speaker, so it's okay for him to have consultation with the defendant.
We've heard claims that it's a problem that I've discussed trial mechanics with the White House. Even as my counterpart, the Democratic leader, is openly coordinating political strategy with the Speaker, who some might call the prosecution. So it's okay to have consultation with the prosecution, but not apparently with the defendant.
McConnell made clear that he does not plan to move forward with the trial until the House transmits the articles, adding he would only continue the ordinary business of the Senate until the articles are sent.
But here's where we are, Mr. President. Their turn is over. They've done enough damage. It's the Senate's turn now to render sober judgment as the framers envisioned. But we can't hold a trial without the articles. The Senate's old rules don't provide for that. So for now, we're content to continue the ordinary business of the Senate while House Democrats continue to flounder. But if they ever muster the courage to stand behind their slapdash work product and transmit their articles to the Senate, it will then be time for the United States Senate to fulfill our founding purpose.
McConnell's remarks kick off the second session of the 116th Congress and mark a return to the impeachment fight after a brief period of relative quiet over the holiday season. Speaking after McConnell, Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer reiterated his call for witnesses at a trial and said that McConnell intends to act at an execution of a fair trial.
Will we conduct a fair trial that examines all the facts or not? The country just saw Senator McConnell's answer to that question. His answer is no.
He went on to say the Republican leader hasn't given one good reason why there shouldn't be relevant witnesses or relevant documents.
Never in the history of our country has there been an impeachment trial of the president in which the Senate was denied the ability to hear from witnesses.
Schumer argued that the Senate should not wait until the trial is already underway to make a decision on whether to call witnesses. Schumer said that McConnell's proposal to have both sides presenting their arguments first and then dealing with the witnesses later makes no sense. That's Alice in Wonderland logic. Signaling that the Senate trial stalemate has not been yet broken, Schumer said whether or not we have a fair trial ultimately rests with the majority of the senators in this chamber.
Leader McConnell has been clear and vocal that he has no intention to be impartial in this process. Leader McConnell reminds us, today and in previous days, that rather than acting like a judge and a juror, he intends to act as the executioner of a fair trial. Thankfully, the rules of the impeachment trial will be determined by the majority of senators in this chamber, not by the Republican leader alone.
The House of Representatives still has not moved to send over the articles of impeachment to the Senate, and McConnell said ahead of the holiday recess that the Senate was at an impasse about setting the rules of a trial, leaving the status of the trial into limbo as lawmakers left Washington until the new year. as attention on Capitol Hill turns back to question of what will happen next. In the impeachment saga, lawmakers are also reacting to and are deeply divided over the U.S. airstrike that killed Iran Quds Force commander Soleimani, paving the way for the possibility that Capitol Hill will be consumed with both a debate over a foreign policy and impeachment. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, who has declined to send 2 articles of impeachment to the Senate until Democrats receive assurances about the structure of the looming trial, hasn't made any recent public remarks about her movement. McConnell on Friday criticized House Democrats for not having sent the impeachment articles to the Senate, accusing them for delaying for partisan reasons. He said, as House Democrats continue their political delay, they are searching desperately for some new talking points to help them deflect blame for what they've done.